Hello and welcome to the demonstration of the Maritime Situational Awareness application of the project INFORE. First, we will explain how a data scientist working at a maritime intelligence company is able to design and execute data science workflows using RapidMiner Studio streaming extension and other data science components developed in the project INFORE. The streaming extension of the RapidMiner Studio supports designing and deploying streaming workflows without the use of any code by just dragging and dropping. For data exchange between the different components of the workflow, we first have to set up a Kafka cluster. Then we need to specify our input data stream. In this case, we have streams of maritime data, more specifically AIS data provided by marine traffic containing 220 million positions of vessels together with other navigation information. Then we forward the input data to the synopses data engine of INFORE that creates synopses of the input streams of data. In our case, we produce simplified trajectories in order to address the scalability issues of large AIS data streams. Then we include some post-processing operators on the simplified trajectories. For example, we just introduce an operator in order to pose some filters, and then we will also include some additional operators in order to do some post-processing before we continue with our workflow. So once we have included all the post-processing steps that we want in our workflow, we are ready to do some more sophisticated processing on our maritime data by introducing the Maritime Event Detection operator that runs locally on an ACA marine traffic cluster. This operator is able to produce events out of AIS data. So one of these events is, for example, the AIS off event. This event occurs when a vessel closes its transponder in order to become untrackable, or when it gets out of AIS coverage. So as soon as we have the results of the Maritime Event Detection operator, we are able to push the results to another Kafka topic, and we are also able to put some filters, for example, of the type of events that we are interested in, and then we can continue with our workflow. We will do some more sophisticated processing by using as input the output of the Maritime Event Detector operator filtered together with the input stream. And we have introduced the complex event forecasting engine that is able to forecast events before they even occur. So now we are able to have more complex events, building on the simple events that we just explained. And in this component, we are able to include any parameter we want. Most importantly, we are able to even define our own rule for the complex event that we want. In this case, we will use the legal physics event as an example. So we are able to use the eyes off event produced by the Maritime Event Detector and the input stream, so with the vessel positions, and we are able to forecast illegal physics events before they occur, and we flash out the results to a Kafka topic again. So we have one Kafka topic with the results of the forecast events, another Kafka topic with the filtered results of the Maritime Event Detector, and another Kafka topic with the input stream, so that we forward to the end user or the Maritime Event Detection application different types of data that we have, so they are accessible to the end users, and we are ready to execute the workflow so we can see the components becoming activated. So now we have started the process already, and we are about to check the running components on the dashboard of the RapidMiner Studio. Here we are. Now here you can see the two Flame jobs running, and we are ready to see the output of the maritime workflow that we just showed to the user interface of the Maritime Situational Awareness application.
Alright, let's now examine how all these output data from the INFORE models are coming as streamlines from Apache Kafka topics are consumed and visualized into this endpoint component of the INFORE architecture that we call the MSA user interface platform. The MSA UI is essentially a web-based application that you can access it following this URL right here. And in order to access the actual user interface, you have to fill in the form with the valid credentials. As soon as this is done, the main page is presented to you. Now, let's take the case that we are, as an end user, we are an office agent or a Coast Guard officer working at the Piraeus port in Athens. And let's see how we can use the tools provided by the user interface to monitor the relevant sea area and also monitor crucial aspects of this maritime environment. In this map, we are able to see the latest position of the ship's simplified trajectory that was computed back from the SD component of the INFORE models and is denoted here with these blue rectangular markers, as well as the latest simple events that are occurring in this specific area and were detected back from the Maritime Event Detector component, and also the latest forecasted illegal fishing events for the ships. Now, by hovering and clicking on the vessel's markers, we can get more information about them, just like the position and the recurrent speed. The same also works for the simple events and the forecasted events. Now, one way of discovering and monitoring the latest events is just by panning around the map, just like this. And we can see here some extra AIS off events, also here. And another useful way for convenience is just by hitting this bell notification icon in this left panel, where we also presenting all the occurred events in this list, where we can go and hit on each event, having the map zoomed in into the event's exact position. We're also able to monitor all the latest forecasted illegal fishing events just by clicking on this tab here, where all the latest fishing events are presented. By clicking on each card, the map is zoomed in into the fishing events location. So, what we see here is that this ship is about to be engaged into an illegal fishing activity by a probability of 76.7%. So we just experienced how easy it is for an end user to monitor the most crucial aspects of the maritime environment in his area of interest. Finally, I should mention another useful tool that is about getting the past tracks or past trajectories of the ships and its past events that may be occurred. This can be happened by clicking on a ship marker and then click on the past track button, and we get its past trajectories. Thank you for your attention.